firefighters were dealing with 56.
Riots on the streets of London have intensified.
Picture, and it looks like a tsunami has been engulfing the port. You're seeing live footage of a tsunami engulfing the port area of Kamai City in Iwate Prefecture.
I have a friend of mine who not too long ago, well, maybe it's about 10 or 12 years ago, we had some time to talk about my recent conversion to Christ and now a desire to follow Him. And she said to me, John, I just have never felt the need to do that. I just don't think that God is such a person that He's going to save some and not save others. I think I'm just fine. Well, it's interesting. Not too long after that, it must have been, maybe another year, we had another conversation, and she told me, probably forgetting the prior one, she said to me, oh man, I had the most horrible thing happen to me the other night. I said, well, what was it? And she said, I was sleeping in my bed, and that horrible storm that happened, and it was a storm that hit Southern California, actually. They don't have a lot of thunderstorms and lightning and other things. She said that storm hit, and all of a sudden I woke up and I saw lights flashing outside, and I thought right at that moment, the end is here. And she said, I was terrified. I jumped out of my bed, just convinced that I was lost. And I ran outside only to see that the different wires of the telephone poles were arcing together, causing sparks. And in fact, Jesus wasn't coming back, and I knew I was okay. Well, I got to thinking about that, and deep in her heart, she even knew that something between her and God wasn't quite right. And she needed to maybe take a look at that and explore a deeper relationship with God. And maybe you're doing the same thing right now. Maybe there's some things in your life that you're realizing just aren't quite right. And you'd like to get a little closer, get a little nearer, spend a little more time with God to find out what He has in store in your life, but also maybe in a series like this to learn what is soon to come so that you can put your life in order and get it ready for these events that are soon to take place. You see, people around us are looking at the environment we're living in, things happening around this world, disasters, earthquakes, fires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes. Things aren't the way they used to be. Times are a-changing, and the Bible tells us just as much. Listen to these words of Jesus from Luke chapter 21, verses 25 and 26. And there will be signs in the sun, in the moon, and in the stars. On the earth, distress of nations and perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them from fear, and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens will be shaken. The powers of the heavens shaken. I mean, we're seeing these things happen before our eyes. But he goes on a little later, verse 27, same chapter. Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Now when these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your heads, because your redemption draws near. You see, prophecies in the Bible, whether they come from Jesus or the prophets in the Bible, are telling us that the time of the end is near. When we see these signs happen, we should know that we are reaching the end of time when Jesus will appear again. And I think there are a couple reasons why Jesus wanted to know these things before they ever happened. In fact, he says just that in the same sermon that he's giving his disciples, but this is recorded by Matthew in chapter 24. He says in verse 25, "See, I have told you beforehand." And in verse 33, "So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the doors." Jesus is telling us, when you see these things happen, know that I am almost coming back. I'm right at the door. I'm going to return to earth to take my people home. As we go through Prophecy Reveals, 10 nights together, studying the Word and looking at all the different aspects of prophecy and how they relate to the time in which we live today. And I hope you will join us at that time. I look forward to seeing you. May God bless you, and may you be ready as you spend time and as we spend time together for those few nights. God bless you.